And here what I'm gonna show you is how to connect a Goldfinger port to a JTAG. What I have got here is a ZX10, which is a very good smart network card. And here I also have a JTAG connector. I got it from the net. And the only thing you need to do is just buy one adapter like this. And this is not a standard one. You have to measure the gap between the fingers in order to buy a proper one. And what it do is to transfer these gold fingers into these pins, so that would make all the job easy. And when I say gap, it means that the gap between the central lines of these gold fingers. Mine is 1.27 millimeters, which can vary from boards to boards. Once the pins are out, then the job could be much more easier. And for the JTAG connector, I also got this on the internet. And you can see that there are so many ports there. And let me pause a little bit to introduce you guys what does this mean. And you can see there are three colors, blue one, black one, and the red one. The red one is the highest voltage signals could be, and the ground is just the ground. The signal voltages are varying in between. And here what I have is just a 10-pin connector. And the number of the connectors can also vary. It could be like a 14 pins. But no matter how many pins there are, the only useful pins are just shown as in this graph. And the voltage, the VCC could also vary. So before buying a connector, you have to check what voltages you are using. Mine is 1.8 volts. And you just can leave these other pins, unused pins open. And in terms of this ribbon cable, you also have to make sure like which socket is for which socket. So what I'm gonna do here is to test the resistance between them. And this can be done easily with a multimeter. And let's turn it to resistance and measure the resistance between the two sockets. Now you can see this low resistance means that they are connected, these two ports. And now let's check the schematic on the home page. And you can see here there is a 12-volt pin. This is not for JTAG, actually. This is for other uses. And the order of this pin given here is not exactly the real situation. You have to apply this adapter and measure the voltage of these pins before you move to the next step. You have to insert this card into a PC and measure the voltage. And here you can see there is a 12-volt one, and it is on the top right here. But the thing is, when I measure it, I found that it is at the bottom, not as shown here. So you have to be really careful about that, otherwise it's gonna burn out what you got. And now let's do soldering. What I have is a clamp that I can, one side I can clamp the adapter, that the other side I can clamp the wire that I'm gonna use this clamp to help me to solder them together. And here you don't have to worry about the signal integrity because the working frequency of JTAG is too slow. So you can literally use this wire and solder them together, and you can still get your job done. And here I have another fancy thing that is a thermoplastic. And I pass through the wires through this thermoplastic. And once I got these wires soldered, then I can use a hot air gun and to blow it. Then it will shrink and give me a perfect insulation. And I skipped the procedure I've done to solder them. Now I get a perfect circuit Although they were very close to each other, but with the help of this thermal plastic, I think that the insulation could be perfect. So let's do the measurement. We have to measure these wires like one to each other and to check if they are connected. The thing is that I don't want it to be connected, so I use this multimeter to do the job. I measured all these ports and they are perfectly insulated. Here I have another thing, the fabric thing. This is a fan, and I got it from Taobao. And this one works at 12 volts. You remember the 12 volts I showed you before on that homepage? That this 12 volt is powered, is driven by the PCIe. That I can really use this 12 volts to drive the fan and to cool the FPGA, which will be very hot if you don't do so. And this 12 volts will be connected to the rear wire, and the ground will be connected to the black wire. Check out, this is the final thing that I already connected together, and I stick this fan to this FPGA used for cooling, and we can test it once I insert this PCIe. Here we are, and the chip is detected by Vivado, and you can find it here. And this is the chip model, and this is what Exynos X10 used.